You plan your entire life around patterns. You save money because the economy follows cycles. You study hard because education leads to jobs. You invest in relationships because people are predictable. Then one phone call, one diagnosis, one piece of news changes everything in a single moment. Every pattern you trusted becomes useless. And the strangest part, your brain still can't see it coming, even after it happens to you. This isn't about bad luck or random chance. This is about how your mind builds models of reality that work perfectly until they catastrophically fail. You've watched this happen. A company that seemed unbeatable collapses overnight. A relationship that felt rock solid ends without warning. A career path that was guaranteed suddenly doesn't exist. Your brain scans history for patterns and tells you the future will look like the past. Then reality does something your pattern recognition never predicted, and when it happens, it feels obvious in hindsight. But that feeling of obviousness is your brain lying to you again. This is called a black swan event. Neuroscientists have studied how your brain creates predictions for over 40 years and found something disturbing. Your brain evolved to recognize patterns from repeated experiences. It takes what happened before and projects it forward. The more times something repeats, the more certain you become it will keep repeating. Your ancestors who assumed the sun would rise tomorrow survived. The ones who questioned it wasted energy on uncertainty. So your mind became a prediction machine that gets better at forecasting the expected and completely blind to the unprecedented. Your neurons are designed to strengthen pathways that fired together repeatedly. This creates confidence. But confidence in patterns makes you vulnerable to pattern breaks. And the biggest impacts on your life come from breaks, not patterns. Here's how this plays out in ways you don't even notice. You drive the same route to work every day for 2 years. Your brain maps it perfectly. You could almost do it with your eyes closed. Then one morning, construction blocks your usual turn. Your brain freezes. The pattern broke. You've driven past alternate routes hundreds of times, but your pattern-focused mind never encoded them. You sit in traffic, frustrated, looking at maps. Your brain built such a strong prediction about this commute that it never prepared for any other reality. One unexpected change reveals how narrow your mental model was. Or you build a career in an industry. You master the skills. You follow the proven path. You see people ahead of you succeed by doing what you're doing. Your brain says this pattern works. Keep following it. Then technology shifts. Your entire industry transforms in 18 months. The skills you mastered become worthless. The proven path leads nowhere. Your brain is still telling you to follow the pattern, even as the pattern evaporates, because your prediction system doesn't update fast enough for unprecedented change. It keeps betting on repetition, even when repetition fails. This is like your brain running autocorrect on reality itself. The phenomenon doesn't just make you miss single unexpected events. It creates a cascade where each certainty makes you more fragile. You believe your job is secure because you've had it for 5 years. That belief makes you stop updating your skills. You believe your relationship is stable because you've been together for a decade. That belief makes you stop putting in effort. You believe your health will continue because it always has. That belief makes you skip the checkup. Each pattern you trust becomes a bet that tomorrow looks like yesterday. The longer the pattern holds, the bigger your bet becomes. Which means when it breaks, the impact is catastrophic instead of manageable. And here's the part that sounds impossible, but isn't. Your brain learns more from the black swan after it happens than it could have learned from any warning before. The unprecedented event rewrites your neural pathways instantly. Suddenly you see risks everywhere. You question every pattern. You become but you're hyper-vigilant about the last black swan, not the next one. You'll prepare for the crisis that already happened while staying blind to the unprecedented crisis coming from a different direction. Your brain is running 10,000-year-old software on today's problems. Most people think this is about being prepared or expecting the unexpected, so they try to plan for everything or imagine worst-case scenarios. But that's like trying to predict which specific grain of sand will start an avalanche. The real issue isn't that you can't predict black swans. It's that your brain's entire operating system depends on patterns, and black swans are pattern breaks. You can't use pattern recognition to predict events that break patterns. It's a fundamental impossibility. This phenomenon exists because pattern recognition gave your ancestors massive survival advantages. The human who learned fire burns after one touch lived longer than the human who kept testing it. The brain that said that berry killed someone, avoid all similar berries, survived. The brain that treated each berry as a unique case didn't. You inherited a prediction system optimized for learning from repetition and applying those lessons broadly. But that same system becomes catastrophically wrong when reality does something new. Your brain traded perfect accuracy for fast pattern matching. In a stable world, you win. In a changing world, you're blindsided. This is the part that breaks most people's brains. You're not experiencing reality. You're experiencing your brain's prediction of reality. And your brain predicts based on patterns, which means most of what you think is real is actually your mind saying based on past data. Reality probably looks like this right now. When your prediction matches reality, you don't notice you're predicting. The world feels direct and obvious. But you're always predicting, always betting on patterns. And black swan events are the moments when you discover your prediction was a house of cards built on repetition that suddenly stopped repeating. Your entire experience of a stable, predictable world is your brain being really good at guessing what comes next, until it can't. So the next time you feel absolutely certain about how something will unfold, you'll know what's really happening. Your brain has seen this pattern before and assumes it will repeat, but now you can recognize certainty as prediction, not truth. You're not seeing the future, you're seeing the past projected forward, and the most important moments in your life will be the ones that don't match that projection. The ones your pattern-seeking mind never saw coming. You can't predict them, but you can stop pretending your certainty makes you safe. That awareness changes everything. You started this video thinking you could plan for the future based on the past. Now you know your brain creates an illusion of predictability by ignoring everything unprecedented. That's not a small shift. That's understanding why reality keeps surprising you. Understanding this phenomenon is just the beginning. There's another one that's even stranger, and it happens every time you try to remember what you just learned. Subscribe if you want to keep discovering how your brain actually works.